Amidst the mist enveloping a long-forgotten town, whispers of ancient tales mingled with the eerie creaks of the abandoned cinema's doors. The once bright marquee now hung precariously, its missing letters casting ghostly shadows. As the Mystery Inc. team arrived, the derelict structure loomed ominously, its decaying facade seeming to warn them to stay away. Yet, the mayor's plea echoed in their minds. Solve the case of the ghost that haunted the old cinema. Fred, resolute as ever, led the group to the cinema's heavy, rusted doors. Daphne's keen eyes caught shimmering fragments of glass on the ground, mixed with what looked like ash. Velma, always analytical, paused to study faded movie posters on the wall. One title stood out, The Final Act. The release date, impossibly recent for the theater's abandoned state, sent a chill down her spine. Meanwhile, Shaggy and Scooby hesitated at the entrance, clutching their growling stomachs and insisting the place reeked of bad vibes. With Fred's encouragement, they all stepped inside. The grand hall of the cinema was steeped in darkness, cobwebs stretching like curtains over its forgotten grandeur. A massive, intact projector screen dominated the room, while dust-covered seats bore witness to decades of neglect. Daphne pointed to the balcony, where an antique projector rested eerily in the shadows. Suddenly, the sound of a film reel spinning broke to silence. Velma darted to the projection booth, but found no one there. Yet, the machine whirred to life, displaying scenes from an unfamiliar, unsettling film. Fred and Daphne ventured into a side office, untouched since the cinema's heyday in the 1970s. Among stacks of film reels and scattered paperwork, they discovered a weathered journal. Velma joined them and flipped through its fragile pages. The entries detailed the owner's obsession with crafting films so immersive they transcended reality. The final entries grew cryptic, referencing actors who could never leave the stage. Meanwhile, Shaggy and Scooby, seeking solace in food, stumbled upon a storage room stacked with crates labeled dangerous. When they opened one, a dark, swirling mist emerged, creating shadowy figures that moved with unnatural fluidity. Screaming, Shaggy and Scooby raced back to the main hall, babbling about monsters crawling out of the screen. Before anyone could respond, a spectral figure in formal attire materialized on the glowing screen and stepped into the room. Its translucent form hovered ominously as Daphne stifled a scream, and Fred positioned himself protectively in front of the group. Velma, ever skeptical, shone her flashlight at the figure, but it did not dissipate. Instead, the ghostly man pointed toward the old projector as though issuing a silent command. Following the phantom's gesture, Velma and Daphne climbed to the projection booth, while Fred, Shaggy, and Scooby scoured the rest of the cinema. Daphne uncovered a secret compartment in the projector, housing a detailed map of the theater. The map revealed a network of hidden tunnels connecting the building's various rooms. Velma noticed that some paths led to the basement, where the journal hinted at the owner's mysterious experiments. As the ghost vanished, its haunting laughter echoed through the theater. Guided by the map, Fred led the team to the basement. The air grew colder as they descended into a dimly lit room lined with warped mirrors reflecting distorted images. In the center stood a bizarre contraption, a hybrid of projector and camera that hummed faintly. Velma hypothesized that this was the source of the cinema's eerie activity, a device intended to bring images to life. Daphne's sharp gaze spotted a surveillance camera, its lens trained on the room, suggesting someone was still orchestrating the haunting. An icy wind swept through the basement as the spectral figure reappeared, now visible in every mirror. Fred deduced that it was an elaborate projection tied to the mysterious machine. He instructed Scooby and Shaggy to create a diversion while he and Daphne worked to dismantle the equipment. Amid the commotion, Scooby clumsily knocked over a stack of film reels, revealing a hidden button embedded in the wall. The button activated a concealed door, leading to a cramped archive room filled with decades-old records. Inside, the group discovered an elderly man. the architect of the spectral deception. He confessed to being the nephew of the cinema's original owner, using his uncle's inventions to fabricate the ghostly apparitions. His goal was to protect the unique technology from falling into the wrong hands by scaring away anyone who ventured too close. Back in the main hall, the group presented their findings to the mayor. Fred demonstrated how the machines created the haunting effects, while Velma proposed repurposing the technology to preserve the theater's history. Daphne suggested restoring the cinema as a community landmark, ensuring its legacy continued to inspire rather than terrify. As they prepared to leave, Scooby and Shaggy finally indulged in their much-anticipated snacks. But before the group could fully relax, the cinema's lights flickered ominously, and the projector began spinning on its own. A shiver ran through the group as they exchanged wary glances, wondering if the mystery was truly over. The mystery machine rolled away from the eerie sight as dawn broke, casting soft light over the desolate town. Velma examined the recovered journal, speculating on the innovative but dangerous potential of the cinema's technology. Daphne reflected on the haunting beauty of the place, while Fred pondered how they could prevent similar misuse of such inventions in the future. Scooby and Shaggy, ever optimistic, were more interested in their next meal. As they drove farther from the town, a faint sound of static crackled through the mystery machine's radio, followed by soft, ghostly laughter. Daphne clutched the map they had found, her expression contemplative. "Do you think we've seen the last of this place?" she asked. Fred, though resolute, admitted, "Some mysteries take time to truly unravel." The group debated whether the elderly man's motives justified his actions. Velma, adjusting her glasses, argued for a careful balance between protecting history and safeguarding the public from fear. Shaggy and Scooby, having finished their snacks, vowed never to return to creepy cinemas again, unless there was free popcorn involved. As the first rays of sunlight illuminated the crumbling cinema, its shadows seemed to shift as if bidding farewell to the team. The mystery machine disappeared into the horizon, leaving behind a place steeped in mystery. Yet, as the screen flickered one last time, an unfinished reel of the final act began to play, hinting that the story of the haunted cinema might not yet be fully told.